Everybody, Robert Russell here. Today is December the 1st, 2017. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to make cold calls when selling auto and home insurance over the phone. This is probably one of my favorite topics is making phone calls, what to say on the phone, all that sort of thing, and the reason for doing this. And it's very simple. There was an article that I read where this lady was posted on Google Plus or someplace. And she said that you can't make any money selling insurance doing cold calls. And then so I was kind of curious. I went to her website and I found out that her website was directing you to go to her website so that she could sell you leads. That wasn't the purpose of her message. It wasn't that you can't make money doing cold calls. It was to sell you leads. She's basically a lead selling business and not a insurance agent. It almost reminds me of these IMOs that try to get you to work with them, and they want you to sign up and they promise you all these crazy things. They lie to you. And then their goal is to sell you leads. But then they tell you, if you want to work with us, you got to buy leads. And those leads are going to cost you anywhere from $4 a lead to $40 a lead. So people, don't be stupid. You're not paying for leads. What you're paying for is names and telephone numbers. And these IMOs, they hang up on me because I tell them you're not an insurance company. You're a lead selling company. So why don't you get out of the lead selling company and get more into insurance? And that's pretty much when they hang up on me, which is fine because that takes me off the list and they never bother me again. So here's what I want you to understand. There are free leads out there. I've got websites, numerous websites, that I can show you how to get names and telephone numbers, just like what you're being stupid and paying $4 or $40 a lead. There's names out there of people, and especially car insurance and homeowners insurance. Here's what you need to understand. If you're selling car insurance over the phone, everybody who is legal age in the state of Texas and in Florida, you've got to be 18 to drive a car. Actually, 17. So let's just call it 17 to drive a car. Somebody's got to pay for insurance on that 18-year-old. So that means everybody between the ages of, let's just be safe here, everybody between the ages of 18 and 90 or 95 or whatever have to have car insurance. It's a law. It's a law. You got to have it. There's no way to get around it unless you're of a different ethnic situation and you believe in driving around without car insurance. And that's why they have what's called uninsured motorists for those people that don't have car insurance. But if you look at the math and look at your state, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and look at your state and look at the demographics of your state. Then look up to see how many people are over the age of 18. So let's just use, say, the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There's close to 10 million people. I would say that there's probably at least 70% of the 10 million people that are over the age of 18. So 70% of 10 million is 7 million prospects. Is that enough leads for you? 7 million? I can promise you, if you call, you won't get to 7 million people in your lifetime. If you're watching this video and you're 20 years old and you make phone calls every day for the rest of your life till you kick the bucket, there's no way, impossible, that you can call 7 million people over the course of your lifetime. It's impossible. So don't ever call me and complain that you don't have nobody to call. Well, you do have people to call. You're just too lazy to pick up the phone and call people. It's very simple. Homeowners insurance. I would say that at least 50% of those 7 million that I just gave the example for the Dallas area, let's just say 4 million people, own a house. Or if they don't own a house, they are paying for renter's insurance. 4 million people. Get their names and numbers. Call them. Hey, call them to find out when your homeowners comes up for renewal. When I first started selling insurance, everybody told me I was crazy because I was going after homeowners insurance. Didn't make any money at all selling homeowners insurance. But I got people on the phone and people would talk to me, and here's what I did. I called people, and I used to use sticky notes, these little Post-it notes. That's what I used, and I posted these things all over my computer. So I would call people and I'd say, hey, I was calling to find out when your homeowner's insurance comes up for renewal. That's called getting X dates. And I would get these X dates, and they say, well, it's coming up in January. Well, can I give you a quote now? No, let's just wait till January. Okay, fine. And I would put on the sticky note their name and telephone number, and I would call them back at the end of December. Now they have this wonderful system called computers, which we didn't have a computer back then. And you can put these people in a database or your phone dialing system and call all these people back who tell you to call them back at a later date. Well, if you do that enough, let's just say that you call 200 people per hour and you only talk to 100 people who give you their X date, that's 800 people per day that you've got their X dates. How many people do you think, when it comes time that you call them back, are going to be impressed that you saved their information and they remember talking to you and you gave them a quote on car insurance or homeowners insurance? You just got to be smart in the way that you're thinking. Too many of you are sitting there being entitled. You think that because you buy leads, because you're stupid enough to buy leads, and you buy leads, that these should be people that are going to buy insurance because you paid for it. Therefore, since you paid for it, these people should buy. That's dumb. That's just really dumb. So here's another thing I want you to think about. You guys that are selling car insurance and homeowners, especially the homeowners guys, have you ever thought of contacting a realtor and get put on a search for people that are looking for a house in MLS? There's a way in MLS that you can do a search. The realtor can do a search for you, set you up as a prospect, and put you on an updated email of every house that goes under contract. So every day you get a list of all the houses that go into contract. So now you call the listing agent and you say, hey, I saw that you just got a contract on this house of yours. Can I find out who the buyer's agent is so that I can give the buyer a quote on homeowners insurance? You're not doing that. You haven't thought of this. Why? There are realtors that want help. They want to know that they can get help from a homeowner's quotes. So if their buyer is looking at a house, they know about what their house payment is going to be based on the homeowner's quote. This is simple stuff here, people, but you aren't thinking outside the box. You're used to thinking about buying leads and just calling those stupid leads. No, there's smart ways to do this, but you're not doing it. Here's another thing. I talked to a guy that was spending $2,000 to $3,000 a month on leads. That is absolutely insane. The reason that he's spending that kind of money is because nobody trained him on how to find his own leads and how to prospect. Simple as that. And you don't need to go to networking meetings to prospect. You don't need to go out and become a member of the chamber. There's faster ways to get business, and it's a matter of making phone calls, doing cold calls, getting a good list. Use the niche websites, tell them that you're the broker for a certain occupation, and start calling people. So here's another thing I want you to understand. This system that I have is pretty much a glorified telemarketing system. I've got a computer over here that I use for my phone dialer. I've got a computer right here, which is my laptop, that I use to check emails. And then I have my computer over here that I use for quotes. So I've got 3 monitors. You don't need 3 monitors. You can do everything right here on one computer. there's a lot of times I will go to the beach and make phone calls and take my laptop and I will use my phone dialer, hook it up to my cell phone, and I'll call people through my sales dialer and make 200 calls an hour sitting on the beach. You can do this from the beach. Did you know that? But you think that you need to go spend a lot of money on an office. Well, good luck. Learn how to waste money. That's a good way to do that. And you think that people are going to come in your office. Well, you don't need to do that. You can, and if that works for you, that's awesome. But there's cheaper ways to do this and more profitable and just more time efficient. So that is today's wrap up on selling auto and home insurance over the phone, making cold calls. In the next video, you're going to get some other good information. So be sure and watch the next video. Go, after this one, go grab some popcorn, maybe get you a glass of wine, chill out, watch these videos because I guarantee, as Justin Wilson used to say, I'm going to teach you something. So y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.